Hello everyone, and welcome to CIS 160. So mainly I would like to just start, this is the first video. Let's go and dive with basic knowledge for Python. And I'm sure you guys started already exploring that. So Python is like a programming language. So technically it's called a scripting language. You might hear about this like a lot. It's a scripting language. So the difference between Python and other programming languages, the difference between C++ and Java or Java as compared to Python, it's mainly that for these apps you will use to generate something, to generate a like something like an application as an output. For example, you have your phone and you're using your apps within your phone. You probably use Java to write that like final app. No, Python is not for that. It's mainly for automating tasks on servers, okay? So in your laptop, even, you can automate the tasks using Python. This is the main difference. Like an example is to automate processing thousands of spreadsheets under a second, for example. It makes things very quick, okay? So you can, for example, process these like spreadsheets quickly in an effective way, which is usually takes much more time, much more effort, and that if we are going to do things like in a typical way, it can take too much time. So with Python, it makes it very like quick, and it's much more easier to learn than other programming language. If you are trying with, for example, Java, if you are forgetting some little details, it's going to generate errors for you. For Python, it's not the case. Even errors are always there if you're dealing with programming things. But Python is known as user-friendly, so you don't have to do all that. In Python, everything depends on like indentations levels, okay? There is a lot of different versions in Python. You will see that while the installation, we are going to use things 3 and more, but there are different versions. You can find a difference, by the way, between if you have using Python, like which is below 3, like 2.9, for example, or 2.7, and you are using Python 3 or 3 point something, there is a huge difference in terms of like utilities or like there is like different updates, you know. So in this class, what we are going to use is Python 3. So this is, you keep in mind, there are different versions of Python, and these different versions, like they have big differences in terms of like results, okay? So what we will learn is Python 3, and even when you will go to the installation guide and you are going to download, that automatically will take you to Python 3, okay? You will see that. And now what we can discuss also is like the term IDE. So you will listen about IDE a lot. And so what is that? IDE is short for I, integrated, D, development, E, environment. So integrated development environment. So, and there are a lot of IDEs. What are these IDEs? So mainly these IDEs are kind of a way or kind of like it's like it's going to help you to execute your code. Okay, this is what you need to know. And also you can use what we call code editors. Code editors is like just in Microsoft, for example, you are going to use Microsoft Word, let's say. For writing your documents, you can use IDEs or you can use code editors in order to write your code, okay? So this is very simple, writing code. I think you just started exploring that the upcoming, in the past 2 weeks. So in your Zybook, probably you started typing some code. Now, what I can tell you that Zybook is the version which is not enough for you guys. So there are so many code editors out there, and it's not like you are going to be using that only if you're having access to the internet or if you are paying for that tool. No. So in this class, I'm going to teach you or show you mainly PyCharm. PyCharm, it's like, like you as an IDE, you can install it locally in your editor, and that is going to help you or make it really easy for you to write your code. So now let me just show you probably the pie chart. I went through the installation guide so before, and mainly if you are going to look something like this, I'm going to open pie chart, and here we go. So where is the pie chart? Okay. Yep. So what we have here, so if you are going to launch, you can create your new project, and for your project, you make sure like this is the running the version of Python right here is 3.13, as I was mentioning. Okay, you make sure that this is the Python version, and so it uses Python to as a programming language. Okay, so now let's see. So you have your project created, but there is no where you will write your code. There is nothing. So all you need to do is a right click where you are going to write your code, okay, within the project you are creating right now. And then you are going to create a new file, which is a Python file. You give it any like name, like for example, hello world. This is like always used for any programming language. We start with a hello world. So, and this is mainly a Python file. So this is where I'm going to click. Okay, and here we go. So this is my Python file created in like my PyCharm, and things are better. Now we can start writing code. Okay, so what we can have as well is, let me come back to the presentation. Another way to execute your code is the Google Colab. And what is Google Colab? Mainly it is free. You can access that for free, and it's going to execute your code exactly like in Zybook, for example, and it's going to run in the cloud. So you don't need to have an installation within your machine, especially if you don't have that memory or enough resources in your machine. So in that case, it's more than enough to have to work with Colab. Okay, so I'm going to go through Colab very quickly. And so in Colab, as you can see here, mainly you have what we say. So in Colab here, okay, you have your welcome to Colab page, and mainly you are going to see there is an AI version for sure, and there is new updates and all, but all you can go through is the getting started. Here this is a text, so Colab can make your notebooks look so nice, and we'll mention this before. You can create like different like cells, and cells are for running code. Okay, so here where you find this, it means for running the code. You can click on it so you can run your cell, and before that you find some titles, you can find some text, so all that is different. Okay, so let's come back again, and what we see over here is the PyCharm editor. We went through this, and then we have this Colab. We mainly went through this. I can share a different video in which I explain Colab in details. Other than Colab, other than PyCharm, other than your Zybook, there are different IDEs and tools that could be used. Like for example, Tony, you can listen also about Jupyter. You can download Anaconda locally, and within Anaconda you create. So Spider, VS Code, and many other like existing tools. So for now, I will stop to not make it long video in like coding. If you have any like questions about these IDs, I will share with you the installation guide, the first lab, and so on. If you have any questions, just try to reach out. Thank you.